relocating to Cambodia, if you're considering relocating to Cambodia, there's no better time than the present. The Kingdom of Cambodia is located in Southeast Asia, bordered by Thailand, Laos, and Vietnam. Cambodia is a developing country with a growing economy. Cambodia offers an impressive and diverse environment, from sprawling flat plains in the central region to the winding Mekong River, tropical islands, rainforests, and mountainous regions as well. But the crown jewel of Cambodia is Angkor Wat. Recognized as the world's largest religion monument, Angkor Wat was built in the 12th century during the height of the Khmer Empire. And today it brings millions of tourists to Cambodia and was recently voted one of the top 5 tourist destinations in the world. So whether you want to live in the bustling capital city of Phnom Penh, in the quaint towns of Kampot or Battambang, or dwell among the temples of the Khmer Empire in Siem Reap, Cambodia has something for everyone. But more importantly, Cambodia offers a great climate, a wonderful exchange rate, and most of all, the friendliest people in the world. Contact us today at Sincere Travel Services and schedule your consultation, and we will gladly help you make your move. This is Ed with Ed Travels, and I just wanted to make this quick video showing my house here in Siem Reap, Cambodia. And the purpose of this video is to encourage brothers that decide to move, that you can create the life that you want, live the way that you want at a fraction of the price of what it is in the US. So there's no need to argue with these people about, why you travel. It's none of their business. But I just wanted to show that I'm not just making videos to show off, to talk about something that I'm not doing. This is my 3rd floor studio apartment and deck that I'm Airbnbing for some residual income, so you can still make money. And this is the 4th floor water filtration and storage system that makes sure I got clean water in the house. My man cave, the place where I can just relax, chill, create this video content that I'm making. It's a work in progress, but it's a sanctuary. It's a place that I can chill. But more importantly, it's a place that I can have my friends, my families, my homies come over, listen to music, have a good time, and then spend time with the family. Have them over, spend time with the grandkids, and have my pups and my dogs, and just have a family home, a good place to chill. And this is Sunday when I bought a cake that says in Khmer, "I love you all," so that they can know how much I appreciate what they do for me. Life is about the choices you make. So forget about the haters, because haters never hate on losers. Again, this is Ed with Ed Travels. I love you all. There's nothing you can do about it. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Ed from Ed Travels, and I'm giving a shot at my first live stream coming to you this morning from Siem Reap, Cambodia. So good morning, good afternoon, greetings and salutations. No matter what time of day or night it is where you are, it just feels great to be here for another day. And this is more like a introductory live stream. I'm starting to add this to the repertoire of posting content. And today I really want to go over just a few topics to lay the foundation of what Ed Travels is all about and what this beautiful country of Cambodia has offered me, what it might offer you. As in the video that I played before, I do consultations at Sincere Travel, and I'll put that up on the screen for you. It's Sincere Travel at gmail.com. All you have to do is contact me, and I'll put it right here on the screen. Simceretravel at gmail.com. You can hit me up at that email, hit me and Sim up at that email. We do a 30-minute consultation and we do a 1-hour consultation. We go over several topics, housing, work, where locations where you want to live, any and everything that you want to know about relocating. And very soon, we're going to be able to meet you if you want to fly into Phnom Penh or Siem Reap. We'll be able to meet you, and then that way we can go ahead and have, show you around and show you what's going on, and to try to help make your relocation to Cambodia as easy as possible. So what I'm going to do to start the show off today is just show you a little bit of what my studio looks like here. This is just video of the Day in the Flow studio, as I call it. It's just where I make all the magic happen. So it's a work in progress, a little messy, but there's a lot of stuff going on there. But I'm really working hard at this. So what I really wanted to start off with today was a video that I posted on Ed Travels. And this is all about the Passport Bros movement. All right. This is about, it seems to be like it's a trending topic. Like there are a lot of people now that want to talk about the Passport Bros movement, and it's an uproar. Why are these people leaving? Why are they going back and forth? And what is the Passport Bros movement about? So let me start off with one of my videos. I'm going to show one or two other ones or portions of one or two other ones, but I wanted to start off with one that I made that includes some clips, and then I'll be back. So here we go.
How racist they are.
Here we go again.
Their families are not going to let these men marry their daughters because of how racist they are.
Here we go again. I'm telling you, the Passport Bros must be really making strides, because these women in America and in the Western world are scared out of their minds, and they're trying to pull out all of the stops, including fear and racism now. They're saying that the Passport Bros can't go to Asia and get a wife because that Asian families are racist and will not let the men marry their wives. No, that's not what's happening. That's not the case. I've traveled to all of the countries that these Passport Bros are going to find wives. And let me tell you something. I was treated very, very well. These people are loving and kind, and they raised their daughters right. And their daughters didn't go out and have multiple babies by multiple men and now expect you to take care of them and other men's children.
As you can see from that first clip, how absolutely ridiculous that young lady's comments were. This is Ed from Ed Travels, and I just wanted to share this video real quick. I love the way that the brother came along in that video and clarified that, because that's the reality. That's the truth. There's a link down below to the full video. Check out Stimulate. Great channel. Love those brothers' content. Look forward to seeing more of it. Please stop by, click subscribe, like. And I've lived here in Cambodia for 5 years. I have a house, starting a business, have a family. loved, embraced, appreciated, and respected. So all of the fear, all of the negativity, all the shames, insults, guilt that need to be right by a lot of Western women to try to scare, fear, and shame men into not living your best life and going somewhere where you're appreciated. Do these photos you see right here of me and my family look like Asian families don't love and expect or don't want you to give their wives, daughters, nieces a better life, children a better life? As long as you're a good man that conducts yourself accordingly, you can find that life here. And that goes anywhere you go in the world. It just shows me how scared you are. Because over here at Ed's Travels, I don't get into arguments. I'm not going to go back and forth with someone who's uneducated, who's never been here, who doesn't know what the heck they're talking about. I'm going to show receipts. And I want more brothers to do the same thing. Show receipts. DM me, hit me up on Instagram. You can email me. Hit me up. And let's show these people what real passport bros do. Hey, what's happening? I'd like to welcome Ren McKinley to the show. And Ren says, I'm looking for a place to retire. I don't need a big place, just a small apartment with a room for my music equipment. My budget is under 2K. And I see your follow-up comment here, Ren. I definitely see it's $2,000 a month. Ren, I can tell you this. There are plenty of places, especially in Southeast Asia. It all depends on what you want. I can speak for me here in Cambodia. $1,000 to get you a 4-bedroom or 4-bedroom, 4-bath villa with a pool and a bunch of amenities, a pool, gated, the whole thing. The average rent here inside the city is going to be anywhere from $250 to $300 a month. That's for like a 1-bedroom. A 2-bedroom is going to be more like $450, maybe $500 a month, depending on where you want to stay. Staying outside the city, meaning like the capital city of Kampot or here where I live near Angkor Wat, is going to be, well under $1,000. I say that your entire monthly expenses, depending on, whether you have a family, whether you're single or whatever, well under $1,000 a month, 1,200 if you live in extravagantly. I'm living in a 5-bedroom, 5-bathroom house, and my rent is less than $700 a month. That's 5 bedrooms, 5 baths. So I really appreciate you. Really appreciate the comment. Like I said, I do consultations. Anything you want to do, you can DM me. You can hit me up. Leave your information down in the comments, and I'll be more than happy to get back at you. Appreciate you, brother. Hey, again, this is Ed Travels, and what I wanted to jump into was what this whole passport bros movement is. And it's an ideology. It's a way of life. And Ren, I definitely want to keep up with the chats. Ren, I'm a homebody most of all too. I have a family, so I got a couple people that cook for me. But when I first moved here, I was single and I was by myself. And you can find a place here that you can do it. The food is cheap. Even if you can really afford to eat out a couple nights a week or every night a week. You're talking about the average cost of a meal here is about $2.80. And that's fresh. The refrigerators, you can get a full-size refrigerator, but most refrigerators are small here because people go to the market and they shop every day. So, you can definitely live off that. I understand. I'm retired as well, so I definitely feel you. Um, this Passport Bros movement has people shook back in the States. You got a gang of people back in the States, especially the community. And when I say community, I'm talking about the modern woman who's mad, upset, tripping, coming out with a bunch of things. I'm gonna touch on that in a minute. But what I definitely want to get out of the way first is I want to explain in my understanding of what a past bro is and what the movement is. Brother's been traveling for decades. This is nothing new. Okay? It's that today I believe that people just love to have monikers and little names and red pill, blue pill, SYSBM and all that kind of other stuff. So Passport Bros, Blue Book, gentlemen, whatever, took hold. But Passport Bros is a lifestyle, it's a way of thinking, it's an ideology. It's the fact that I've worked hard or I'm working hard, and now I have the resources and I've set up a life for myself. Big shout out to my man Jay in the building with the $4, $5, $4.99. That's what those Gators do with the super chat. I really appreciate
very much. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Appreciate you, brother. I really, really do. I really, really do. That means a lot. I appreciate the love and support. Jay is my homie. We travel quite a bit, and we've been through some things. And hope you're doing well down there. And Jay's an example of what a passport bro is. A brother that has a very successful business, retired from the military. I ain't gonna put all your business out there, but we've traveled to the Philippines together. We met here in Cambodia. We've been down to Colombia together. And it's the fact that I'm setting up a life for myself that gives me an opportunity to travel. If I decide to go out and everybody travels for a different reason. So you can go down there and party and hit the clubs and hit the beaches, and we've done all that. I've done that. Or, you can sit back and say, look, I'm tired of the rat race in the States. Or better yet, you can put a plan together and say, hey, listen, I'm going to stack my chips and I'm going to visit a bunch of different countries. I'm going to go to Southeast Asia. I'm going to go to the Philippines. I'm going to go to South America. I'm going to go to the DR. I'm going to go to these different places and feel it out. Spend a little time, see which one I like, where I can build a life that fits me. And that's the beauty of what the Passport Bros things is. Hey, what's going on, good people? I'm sorry about that. And you know what? The universe has a funny way of making things happen because that is an example of what it's like to live in what it's like to live in a different country. It's power cuts. They're not nearly as bad as they are in some other places where I've lived. Like when I was in the Philippines, they were really, really bad. But I apologize for that. But you got to be army strong, adapt and overcome. And I'll get back to what I was saying is that you've got to find a place in this world where you you find something that works for you. You find a place where you find peace, and you leave because you desire a better life, new opportunities. But I got to keep it real with y'all. I got to keep it 100 because there's no need for me to do this if I'm not going to keep it 100. And by that I mean there is no utopia, bruh. There is no utopia. There is no one country, one place in this world where everything is going to be perfect. You're going to have some give and take. You're not going to be able to run down to a Starbucks if that's your thing, or be able to run down to Walmart and do this, or True Value Hardware, whatever. There's gonna be some give and take. And what I want to talk about, what I really want to get out of the way, because the name of my channel, and I'll put the banner up. This is the name of my channel, Ed Travel. And I want my channel to be about travel. I want to provide info about different destinations that I've been, or different destinations that I suggest that people go to broaden themselves and make themselves better people. But I feel that before I can really go down that track, I'm gonna fully address this Passport Bros business, this Passport Bros situation. So let's get at it. Let's get right into it. All right. A lot of this Passport Bros thing has brought a lot of hate from a lot of different angles. You've had the sisterhood, the community, as some people call it, predominantly Black women that's got a lot to say. They have a whole lot to say about why people are traveling. But what baffles me, what really gets me about this, is the fact that you got brothers doing it too. Is that you've got a bunch of people, both men and women from our own community, who got a lot to say about Passport Bros traveling to destinations where they've never been, where they don't know anything about it. And they're going around, using, and you guys got to excuse me because my whole presentations got totally, totally messed up here. But they're going around using exactly the normal playbook. And I'll play that again. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. They're going back and forth with, you Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm back with you one more again. Um, Still running into my Cambodian internet and power cut issues, but I'm gonna persevere and get right back to what I was talking about. There's so much stuff that people have to say. There's so much stuff that people are talking about, while we're traveling. And again, like I showed before, like I showed you before, it all comes back to the same old thing. The same old thing that's being shown. The same exact thing that's being shown. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. And these are people who have never been where we've been, that are not doing what we're doing, that have a whole bunch of stuff to say. So let me play this video really, really quick. And these are modern women calling out other women about passport bros.
Ty Styles back with another video. First of all, I'd like to give a shout out to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for the support. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe and hit that like button.
Check the brother
Now,
out. He has an awesome
here's an
channel.
important question that has to be modern women have to say about this. Let's hear what they have to say. How about that?
I've been seeing all of these upset people in their feelings over these passport bros. I mean, they have completely vilified the movement. You know, they say that these men are exploiting women, they're losers, and they are predators. They're going overseas to be predators. But what I don't understand is you guys are addressing these men and calling them those names, and you're very vocal about it, but you guys aren't addressing the predators in your household. The predators that's laying in your bed right now, eating up the last bit of your kid's cereal, that's about to prey on your children. And the reason why you're not addressing them is because they're paying your bills. That's why. Focus on the plank in your eye and the split in theirs. That's simple. Have a good day.
I have zero problem saying that I do feel bad for the men that are trying to actually date or eventually get married to these young women out here, because it's rough. Like, I see these women have a lack of emotional intelligence. They lack empathy. It's just so narcissistic, and a lot of these women are not willing or capable of fixing their issues before they choose to wreck a man's life.
Do women feel bad after they treat you like shit? Honestly, no, they don't.
And see, that gets me back to my point. I don't want to truly just sit here and belabor that point about the relationship side of it. You know, my thing is about why the hate. I think I know the answer to it, but there's one more video I want to play before I move on past this particular. This is my man Chow.
Welcome back to the Chow Time Pod. It's your host Red.
And I want you to check out what these particular people have to say in this, in this video. I'm sorry for the lag. But it's I'm gonna bring Chow up in a minute. I'm gonna bring
America is the land of looseness and and Gomorrah.
Exactly.
If you can't get any play in modern day Sodom and Gomorrah, then there's something wrong with you. Man, I got a stutter. I got a horrible speech impediment, and I've never had an issue getting a woman.
You know, I always have to laugh when, in their attempts to smear the passport bros, they always end up justifying them. You're absolutely right. America is
Perfect.
modern-day Sodom and Gomorrah, as the Passport Bros have been tirelessly saying. And you correctly stated that if you with your Looney Tunes Porky Pig stutter could get play from women in America, then anyone should be able to, and you're correct.
Perfect.
So that information
Hey man, I am so sorry. I am so sorry about these power cuts. I don't know whether they're working on the power this morning. I'm not really sure what is going on per se, but we keep going in and out. So let me go ahead and try to get through this while you guys have been patient enough. I see it's 13 people watching, but yeah, I'm having intermittent power cuts this morning, and that's just those are the powers that be working against us. But really quick, so I can go ahead and try to move past this Passport Bros thing and move into something a little bit more. There was just one more video. There was it's about the fact that there's nothing wrong with you exercising your options. The only thing standing in your way is your readiness to do it, your preparedness to plan and to make it happen. To do exactly what I've done here in Cambodia, and there are brothers that I know down in Colombia and other places that have done the exact same thing. The detractors are always gonna hate, and anything negative that comes out about any brother traveling, they're gonna run up on that. The brother that was down in the DR a couple of weeks ago, there was a dude down in the DR that got stuck in the DR that was crying about he needed $100 to get back, and immediately all the haters jumped on that. Talking about, oh, go get your passport, bro. He must be a passport, bro. And I got to give a shout out to Aaron at BMT. you know, one of the pioneers of this passport movement, who actually had the brother, who actually had the guy on, and said, hey man, I want you to come explain yourself. And the dude goes into this diatribe about how it was a social experiment. He knew he didn't have the money before he went down there and all this other stuff. And it all turned out to be just a YouTube creating Pookie that was looking for clicks. And back to my man Ren. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, brother. I really appreciate it. Thank you. And Ren sat there and said, he says, we don't care about these women, what they say about us. It's the way they talk about the women overseas that is disgusting and downright racist. And Ren, dude, you're directly onto my next point. Like I said, they go back to the same playbook, bro. They go back to the same playbook of shames, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. But see, there's an unintended consequence of what all of these hyenas did in the States in jumping on these foreign women by calling them dumb, uneducated, they can't speak English, they're poor, they dirtfoot, all of the insults that they could come up with. There's an unintended thing they didn't think about. Number one is real men are not going to protect you, sisterhood. Secondly, you are insulting the wives, mothers, sisters, daughters of people that have done nothing to you. And this is going directly to the sisterhood, to the community. You are insulting people that have done nothing to you. And more importantly, ain't no need for us to talk about you. Ain't no need for anybody to put you down because you do such a good job of that yourself. You do a wonderful job of that yourself. Because don't you realize that when you go online and when you go on your new counseling platform now, TikTok, you know, to vent and to talk and to spew your venom and your hate, that the whole world sees you. You know, so now what are you going to do? Are you going to be, now is the sisterhood, are y'all going to be the ones that are going to fly to Thailand? Are you going to go down to Colombia? Are you going to come over here to Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, and see those women face to face, especially the Filipino women? Because what I've seen online with Filipino women is they are not having it. The clapback is extremely strong with them. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. Thanks a lot, Bucky. Bucky Travels, my homeboy. I really, really appreciate that from Chiang Mai. Good to hear from you, brother. And that's another passport bro that's living in Thailand, building a life. You see what I'm saying? And back to Ren was saying, I'm going to show his comment again. Yes, it is disgusting what they're doing. You know, when I went to the Philippines, it was new for me the first time I went to see that these women speak Tagalog and English is their second language. If you go down to, you know, toward the south, if you go to Cebu, Bohol, Lapu-Lapu, Tagbilaran, you're talking to these women that speak Visayan as well. Or a sister that I met that's dating a Dutch guy. So she speaks Dutch. So she's really trilingual. And these sisters are asking questions. You picking fights. But Ren also, I did a video where this sister was talking about how she was in Thailand and all of these dudes were checking for her. She said Thai men are looking at me and Russian men, and you know, they love my chocolateness and all of this, and you know, passport women. So I guess is if you can't shame them, guilt them, be nasty, stop them from going, then you might as well try to join them. But that ain't gonna work. Thanks a lot, Marcus. I really appreciate it, brother. Marcus the Great in the building. I really appreciate that, man. You know, and the fact that now you're gonna sit back and you're gonna try to join us. You're gonna join, but let me tell you what the problem with that is. Let me tell you what the issue with that is. You can't fake femininity. And I'll say that again. You can't fake femininity and submission because you weren't raised to be wives. You weren't raised to be wives. In the words of the Godfather, Kevin Samuels, rest in peace. Your mamas let you down. My wife here got sick last week, couldn't cook for me, was almost in tears because she said, baby, I just don't feel like I'm living up to my role in this house because I can't bring food to you. I said, baby, I'm good. My grandmama taught me how to cook. My grandmother taught me, you know, how to move forward. You know what I'm saying? And you're absolutely right, Ren. They have no receipts. And I'm going to get on that in a minute, brother. I have no receipts. And I'm going to finish talking about the sister in the Philippines and this passport women foolishness. What's going to happen to you, and this is to the community, to the sisterhood. Now, I'll preface this. I'm a very pragmatic guy. I'm 52 years old. I'm too old to listen and be with no argumentative woman that don't know how to shut the hell up. Period. I don't give a damn if it's in the U.S., if it's overseas, if it's on Mars. I'm not listening to that no more. I'm not having it. Period. I need peace, and I need peace of mind. Now, if you bring your beautiful chocolate self to another country, another culture to meet these men, and you don't change your attitude, they're going to put hands on you. And you in for a rude awakening. You truly are. And please videotape it and share it with us so we can all see. Because like I said before, you can't fake femininity. Submission does not mean surrender. It means submitting yourself to a man that's worthy of being submitted to. But see, that's a foreign idea to a lot of modern women because they've been indoctrinated into this independent, I don't need a man BS. Feminism has failed you. And more importantly now, accountability, facts, statistics are kryptonite to you. Kryptonite. The community is leading in evictions, student loan debt, obesity. This ain't me talking. This is the CDC, Housing and Urban Development. Now that all of the little expanded food programs because of the pandemic are coming to an end. Right now, it started in March. Now everybody's crying, oh my God, this and that. And where your baby daddies at? And see, and that brings me to my next point. Ren, I'm going to touch on it. The real reason one of the real reasons you mad at Passport Bros leaving is because we're taking our resources. We're taking our skills. We're taking our affection. We're taking our money. We're taking our retirement. We're taking our attention away from you because we're tired of it. We're tired of it. We're absolutely at the point now where Black men have gotten to the point that we're absolutely tired of this foolishness. Black men ain't putting up with this no more. We're finished with it. I feel you, brother. I absolutely feel you. We're tired of it. We're finished with it. if I can come here, if I'm making $70,000 a year, exchange rate is 4-to-1. Now I'm making what 280 grand. And I find a woman that's fit, feminine, cooperative, not argumentative. It's a win. But see, show me your receipts. I'm not going to do it on this live, but Ren, I'll send you the links and you can go to my channel. Check out the video, Sisters Taking the L. The sisterhood taking the L. Because that brings me to my next point, the hypocrisy. They're calling us predators. They're calling us the other P word that I'm not going to repeat. They're saying we're going down here to buy sex. We're going down here to do this and do that. And let me touch on that point. Hey, yeah, brothers, I'm back. This internet, like I said, is going back and forth here. Hey, hit me up in the chat with the one if you can. I agree with you, Damon. I want to touch on this too. Marcus the Great. I'm at the point where I'm done with the community tab. You absolutely correct. Damon, hey, I'm like you, bruh. I've been done too. And another one for my man Damon. It will never be enough no matter how much money you got, how tall, how handsome, none of that will matter. It will never be enough. And you guys are absolutely correct. There's a sliding scale. There's a huge double standard. They never want to be judged because women can't deal with rejection. You have to live your life that makes you happy. You understand? You have to live your life that makes you happy. I actually, when I first got the videos of these sisters going down to Jamaica doing the raft tours where they getting their backs blown out by these Jamaican dudes, some of them underage dudes, yet you got enough nerve to talk about what passport bros are doing. They're going out of the country to get their back blown out by foreign men. The plastic bag video. Just go on there and put on black women plastic bag video. She's having sex with a dude. They can't find a prophylactic. She says, well, can you put a plastic bag on it? Ren, I don't blame you for checking out. And that's what the problem is, the hypocrisy, because we have modern day simps. And you know why simps are there? You know why the simps are still there? Because the simps are needed. The community needs the simps. She still needs the attention. She still needs the free meals. She still needs this paid for and that paid for, even though he's 100% in the friend zone. That dude is 100% in the friend zone. He's 100% friend zone. He's done. And now she needs that simp. She needs him. She has no respect for him. But my question to everybody in the chat also is, why do they care? Why do they care what a grown man does with his money? Why are you so concerned about where I travel if it's not costing you a dime? I don't remember asking anybody's permission. I don't remember talking to anybody and asking them, was it okay if I could move to Cambodia? I didn't ask for a dime. And they come up with this absolute foolishness about, again, what do they do, people? What do they do? I'm going to play the slide again. This is exactly what they do. When they don't have a point, this is exactly what they do. Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. So you know what? What we do over here on Ed Travels, and thank you guys for the love, support. Please like, click, and subscribe. I'm trying to get better at the streaming. This is my first one. I'm going to try to do more. Hopefully the power company here will work with me, on my next one. But I want to show this for all of those people, because over here on Ed's Travels, I show receipts. I don't throw rocks and then sit on my hands and hide, because you're calling us broke. You're saying that passport bros are the broke ones. And I want to share this. I want to share this. Now, this is on the airline that I use. And this is for April 18th. As you can see, a one-way ticket. Tuesday, April 18th, 2023, from Atlanta to PNH. That's Phnom Penh, Cambodia, the capital. And look at the price of these tickets. For main cabin, $17.44, $18.58 if you want more leg room. The class that I fly, usually premium select, $25.94, and we're not going to even talk about what the Delta One is. We're not going to talk about that. I show receipts. So how can I afford, or any passport bro, afford those type of fares? And then I got to pay for my food, my airfare, my transportation, my tours, but I'm broke. I'm dusty, I'm crusty, I'm bored. The guys that are on this channel are all the geeks, nerds. We were the ones taking the AP classes. We were the ones that weren't thugged out. We were the corny guys. And that's why, I kind of gravitate towards these statistics that everybody talks about. You're right, Mark is a great. Many complex are done accepting Section 8. Yeah, the winners come to Dennis Sperling, to Dennis Sperling. Uncle D, he said winter's coming.
Kevin Samuels said at RIP before he passed on to rest. He said, winter is coming. All of these things that these community have been taken care of is over now. And again, Ren, you keep coming up. I'm not going to be their backup plan. I'm not going to be your stepdaddy. I'm not going to be your golden or platinum parachute because you made choices in your life that you're not accountable for. Many of us have been married, been divorced, been drugged through where she took half your stuff and all of that because the system ain't set up for you. I'm not doing that no more. I don't know about y'all, but I'm not doing it no more. And more importantly, I'm not dealing with an argumentative woman that tells me every reason she doesn't need me. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just not dealing with that anymore. Ren, thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much. Big shout out to my brother Ren for the continued support. I hope you and I can get together and talk more. Big shout out to Ren. I really, really appreciate you, man. I really, really do. Because it doesn't make any sense.
Thank you very much.
It doesn't make any sense at all. It truly doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. I don't get it. And when I'm trying to stay focused on this. I don't care either, Ren. Tolando Calrissian. I love the name. I love the name. Yeah, I do too. I do too. Yeah, brothers, get your passport to the rubber band man. You damn right. Save yourself. And I mean, you know, and these brothers coming in. William Burr, hey, good to see you, bro. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, man. I really, really do appreciate you, man. I mean, it's I appreciate all the love and support, man. I do, because the only person that I can truly be true to in this situation is myself. I want to put content that is meaningful without all the fluff. You know, even when I do my consultations about moving to Cambodia, listen, dude, I'm all right. I did my time in the military. I'm retired. I'm not out here on no hustle to scam nobody, to take something for somebody. I just want to see more and more brothers that are like in the chat that are sitting back saying, I'm living my best life wherever they may be. Because one of the big questions that I always get is, what's the best place? You know, where should I go? And my answer is, go to them all. If you can afford it and you got the time, go to them all. Go to them all. Travel to all these places that you can go to. You know, hit me with a 1 if you can hear me. It's go to all of these places. Go down to, you know, go down to the Caribbean, go down to all of these other places, go down and come to Southeast Asia and stay for a while in Cambodia, which is right in the middle. And let me tell you why I say that. Because it's centrally located. It's cheap. You're a 50-minute flight from Bangkok. You're an hour flight from Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City. You're a 2.5-hour flight from Manila. If you want to go to Malaysia, you're 2.5 hours. If you want to go to Laos, you're 1.5 hours. Go see for yourself. Don't go off the words of what other people say. I appreciate you guys. Lando, Ren, all you guys. I really appreciate that, because I've been traveling ever since I was in the military at 18 years old. And I'm 52 years old now. But I get to see it for myself. I spent 2.5 months last year in Medellin, Colombia. I absolutely loved it. I met some great brothers down there. Big shout out to Don Roberto, you know, down at Sweet Georgia in Medellin, Alan, Osito, all my homeboys down there, Big Chris. And it's something that I definitely wanted to touch on about that. To everybody in the chat, everybody that's listening to this, let me tell you what I saw when I went down to Medellin. That was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. Lando, salute to you too, Navy vet. Salute to you. Thank you for your service. You know, I'm a retired beat up paratrooper, 82nd Airborne all the way. But what I like to say, what I like to share is when I was in Medellin, when I was down in Medellin, Colombia, there were brothers from all over the U.S. And we were, you know, all at my boy's spot, and we listening to old school music and eating good wings and their fat little mangoes, walking around, little mamacitas. But I stood back for a minute and I said to myself, Rubber Band Man, Navy all day. And I sat back and I thought for a minute, why can't we do this at home? Why don't we do this at home? Why does it take us to be 3,500, 4,000 miles away down in Medellin, Colombia, that now brothers from LA, Detroit, Atlanta, Chicago, wherever they are in the US, there was no animosity, there was no beef, there were no arguments, there was, you know, it was none of that foolishness, it was none of that. We had none of that when we were down there. And I said, isn't it wonderful when brothers can dwell together in unity like that? And I think that also scares a lot of people, because Passport Bros just ain't black people, but there's a sense of unity when we see each other. I'm here in Siem Reap, Cambodia. I don't see many brothers here, but when I do see brothers, like I went out last week, I saw like 5 or 6 different brothers of all ages, guys older than me, guys younger than me, and we all, pound, greet each other. Anything I can do for you, you can do for me. It was a thing of beauty. It's a thing of beauty. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it, because I'm just straight from the hip, and y'all got me started now. My thing is this. I've been done with the community just like Ren. My brother Ren. I've been done with the community. I'm done. Go somewhere, brothers, where you get peace. Go somewhere where you get peace. Where you get someone that loves you, appreciates you, but most of all, respects you. Respect. And before I shut this down, I got to share this. I don't know about a lot of brothers in here, but when I grew up, I was raised by my grandmother. So this whole argument about, you know, you're not amen to that, Rubber Band Man, that, you know, you don't like black women and all that. That's all the shaming and guilt. The other day, and for my Navy guys and all my military people, I'm a stickler when it comes to having things dressed right, dressed and clean. I live here in this house with, you know, my wife and her. They're grown kids. They're grown, but we live here. It is what it is. I went downstairs to get some out of the refrigerator because I needed it out of my little fridge. And the refrigerator was not clean. The refrigerator was not clean. It was not up to par. So you know what I did? I got on my cell phone because I don't cook a meal in this house. I'm not really allowed in the kitchen. I sent a message to my lady. I said, hey, baby. And it wasn't mean or nasty. I said, hey, baby, notice the refrigerator needs to be cleaned. Thank you. Came back upstairs to work on some things up here. Went back downstairs about 45 minutes later. And there is her son and his girlfriend cleaning the refrigerator from top to bottom. No arguments. No, I ain't your maid. I ain't your mama. You ain't my daddy. All that foolishness that the community is known for. And I just use that little short story to sit back and say, like I always say on all my videos, bro. And I want to thank everybody tonight that came through. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the super chats. This was my first live. I apologize for the power cuts, and it's gonna be a little bit better next time. You know, I'm getting better at all of these different applications. But I will say this: I thank you. I appreciate your service. Thank you for all your service, your love, your support. Do what's good for you. Find that place that works for you. And to hell with what the community got to say. Because haters only hate on winners. They never hate on losers. So to all my passport bros, make good decisions. Be safe. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. I'm always here. You can message me. You can ask a question. And Lando, my brother, you see, Lando is one of the guys. He's one of the gentlemen that the haters don't talk about. You know, when Kevin Samuels used to say 54% of black men are childless and never been married. 33% are married. My math isn't the greatest, but what's that? 87? Almost 90% of black men, where 80% of black kids are born out of wedlock. That leaves a little over 20% of men left out there. So these women, the community, the sisterhood, and you in North Carolina too. And I love you too, brother. Absolutely love you too, William. The fact that the community, these women are recycling. You know, I'm watching all of these rappers that's got 22 kids by 17, 18 different women. But we all catch the blame collectively as men for the irresponsibility and poor choices that these people make. And frankly, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired of that. America itself, I was back in the U.S. this year or last year for some health issues for a year, and it almost drove me out of my damn mind being back in the U.S. The strife, the political strife, the everybody angry at everybody else. And you know what? And living here in Southeast Asia, it just ain't like that. It ain't like that. You got peace here. Dude, do you understand it's cheaper for you to fly? I grew up in Los Angeles. It's cheaper for me to fly to Medellin, Colombia than it is to fly to LA. I agree with you too, Mulatto. Thanks a lot, man, for the comment. Thanks for the super chat. Thank you so much for that. And also, bro, your previous comment, I'm sorry that I missed that. No, you can't save the community, and I'm not trying to. Because the thing is, people are not going to change unless they want to change themselves. Period. It's to the point these days, and this burns me up more than anything else. The lack of accountability. The lack of accountability. People lack accountability. No one wants to take responsibility for their actions these days. It's always somebody else's fault. When I went through my leadership schools, they used to always say, a real leader, a person with real character, seeks responsibility and takes accountability for their actions and takes responsibility for their actions. Today, you know what we hear? My truth. That term irritates me. What is my truth? That's just a way to sit back and say that I can say whatever I want and I can claim it's true. Shout out to my man Damon with the black community died 60 years ago. Yeah. Big Mama ain't here no more, man. My grandmother poured everything into me to try to teach me the type of man that she wanted me to become. My mother sacrificed for me. They don't make women like that, especially black women like that anymore. You got these sisters now that are willing to go to Dubai to get degraded and humiliated with the things that they do to them because they pay them $100 grand. You got these sisters saying that, yeah, I'm young, and while everything is perky and pretty, you're absolutely correct, Mulatto Vanguard. Accountability is the number one problem. It is kryptonite. It is kryptonite. They can't handle it. And you got these sisters saying, I know that I shouldn't be out here being a 3 or 4, and I was raised better than that, but I don't care. It's okay for me to have, 5 babies by 5 different daddies, because I can always blame it on the man. When all else fails, blame it on the black man. And see, that's what I got tired of. Here, and I don't blame you, Rubber Band Man. I don't blame you at all. I talked to a young lady at the golf course. She's a Cambodian lady. Beautiful young Cambodian girl. And I got her mixed up with another Cambodian girl. One that had a baby last year, right before I left. And I said, how's your baby? And she said, you know what, sir? I don't have a child because I'm not married. I can't have a child until I get a husband first. And I'm looking at myself like, man, I got to be in a different country or on a different planet. Because that's just what the culture is here. Marry before you carry. But then it's my fault. It's Lando's fault. The lack of accountability, Mulatto Vanguard. No one wants, and it's kryptonite. Facts are kryptonite. Statistics are kryptonite. But you know what they're not going to, and I'm telling you, I'm living, Global Passport, hey, my man. I love watching you on BMT, brother. I really appreciate you coming through, man. I feel like you, hey, Global Passport crew, bro, I feel exactly how you feel. I was so disillusioned when I went back to the States last year. I was completely disillusioned because I hadn't been back to the U.S. in 3 years. And because of my medical issues, I had to stay in the U.S. for almost a year. And I was shocked. And I just said to myself, we as a society, we as a people just ain't going to make it. Everybody ain't going to make it. You're absolutely right. People, Global Passport Crew says, my truths and narratives equals lies in caps. People would rather lie than be accountable for their actions. That's why society is going to hell. And you're absolutely correct. You know why they rather lie than be accountable? Because being accountable takes character. Being accountable requires intestinal fortitude. When you wrong somebody or you do something wrong, you never move forward until you take accountability or responsibility for your actions. And we live in a world of snowflakes, coddled mama's boys, daddy's girls, where everybody's offended by something. No matter what anybody does, there's no accountability. I posted video last week about Lizzo showing her robust derriere in Paris, and there were sisters, dog, hitting me up and, oh, why you hating? She can do whatever she want to do. She's in Paris. You ain't, blah, blah, blah. And it really got me to the point that there's no accountability for that. Was that really necessary? And back to the point that was made in the chat earlier. Think by Ren, my brother Ren. I am not your rescue plan. My children are grown. I'm retired. I did okay for myself. I made some good investments. I'm at the position that I can live abroad and create a life for me that works for me. And I could care less if everybody don't make it. Global Passport crew, much love to you, man. I truly, truly appreciate it, man. I really do. I mean, it's please go check out my man's channel. Great content. You know, I really like what you had to say to the brother that they brought on, the DR guy. You know, and that also shows the character that real Passport Bros and what real men have is bringing someone onto your platform that you might not agree with, but you can sit there and have a dialogue without it getting nasty. You know, I'm not going to even mention the channel, but they blocked me, sent me nasty messages, blocked me. Today, I got a notification that they were doing a live about Passport Bros. I went to go check it out, and about Passport Bros, I went to go check it out, and it was for subscribers only, and comments were disabled. Cowards. I've invited people in my videos to say, hey, come on, let's talk about it. I'm addressing the Passport Bros thing because it needs to be addressed in the proper way. It's just like the video I just did yesterday about the young brother in Thailand who said that he got extorted, scammed, or whatever it is. And I came back at the young brother with all the love that I could, but yet firmly enough to sit back and say, if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a damn duck. Why are you going looking for a wife on Walking Street? You go to Walking Street, you're going to find a street walker. You're not going to find a wife in the, in the girly bar club. You're not going to find that. That's not going to happen. Mulatto Vanguard. Yeah, they are salty. And one of the reasons they are salty, Mulatto, I'll put this out there. Let me finish the point I was making a few seconds ago. To all these young Passport Bros that are just starting to move, you're going to make your mistakes, man. I remember going to the Philippines and getting into a taxi that didn't have a meter. I remember not understanding the conversion rate and spending too much on this and that. Those innocuous small mistakes cost me a little bit of money. But these days, some mistakes could cost you your life. Do your research. Don't just sit there and watch a YouTube video tells you about how banging the club is and how many mangoes and hotties are in there. If you don't truly realize what it's like to navigate in that environment. And think about this, bro. Those girls know each other, especially like in Thailand, Cambodia. I can tell you for real. Those working girls know each other. They've worked at different bars back and forth. They know each other and they know the police. And you better believe that 1,000 baht or whatever you paid that cop, she got her money and he got his cut. Lesson learned, you live to survive and move on. And believe it or not, listen to some of these older brothers like myself. We just not a bunch of old grumpy old men. We've been there, bruh. And we want to see you travel, enjoy yourself, and do it safely and smartly. That's what's important. Mulatto Vanguard, again, you keep dropping these gems. Yeah, the queens are salty. And that's one problem. Stop, these simps and all these people need to stop exalting them. Every woman you meet ain't a queen. The hue, the color of her skin don't make her a queen. Period. And you salty because done with you. I don't see Passport Bros collectively getting together, doing live videos and doing all of this, bashing black women. I don't see that. That's why I always say in my videos, you want to get back or you want to show somebody that you're really succeeding and moving forward. Show them by your success, by your actions. Show them your receipts. And even with that, do that within reason. Because something that comes across my mind to the brothers that are listening to me is this. Whenever I go, especially to the Facebook page, and I see these young brothers showing these videos of, hey, I'm sitting here in Cartagena with the mangoes. Hey, bruh, I've been down there too, the paisas. Hey, bro, those mangoes are some juicy, beautiful things. And I love to show them off too. But also think about this. When you sit back and say that you're not traveling just for sex, but all you exploit and highlight is sex, don't complain about the, don't complain about the weather when you help create the environment. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying be fake. I'm not saying be proud of that, but it's the way you move. Living your best life don't require that everybody see it. That's just my personal opinion. Back to the super chat. My man Mulatto Vanguard, they salted because men have options and are exercising them with their passport. You're absolutely correct, because the community, it is statistically proven that black women have more passports than black men, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know. And they've been traveling long before we have. They've been traveling long before we have. Girls' trips and all this other shit, they've been doing it before we have. Except it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. Now that more men are not simping, now that more men are exercising their options. If you know what, and I'll keep it 100 because that's just how I am. If you work hard and you made your money legally, and you go to a country where sex or prostitution is legal, and you take your precautions, and you do whatever you need to do with the local talent, more power to you. As long as you're not breaking the law, you're exercising your options. It's all about control. It's all about having you believe that you're less than. You'll never match up. So now, and I'll put forth the idea that I put forth in one of my previous videos. Why is there such an outrage from the community? Really think about it. Why is there such an outrage from the community about brothers leaving? Why are they trying to instill so much shame, guilt, and mostly fear in people leaving? Because they need the simps to stay. They know that there's going to be a group of guys that are going to be too afraid to upset the community that they're going to stay. They can't afford to lose them. They need them to stay. My man Ren, interesting that they make videos for other brothers about their traveling and their arrogance makes them think it's... Of course it's about them. Of course it's about them. Men deal in logic. Men deal in logic. You know, it's something that I heard, and I know I keep referencing Kevin Samuel say. Men deal in logic. We compartmentalize like a waffle. This, and we can do this, and we can do that, and this ties into this, and it all works. There's a logical path in the way we think. Women are like spaghetti. It's all melded in there with feelings and minutia and emotion. You know, why is it that when I watch the Kevin Samuels videos, and Kevin does the same thing that he does to every woman that comes on. Yes, ma'am. What's your height? What's your dress size? What's your weight? Isn't it amazing that every last one of these women seem to lose their hearing? That they get deaf when it comes to that one question? What's your dress size? Say what? What's your weight? What was that? The lack of accountability. The one thing that I love about brothers is that you got brothers out there. My man Mulatto back again. Yeah. They need a backup plan. They need a 304 parachute. They need a 304 retirement plan. A reason to stay lazy. You know, what I love about men is that you'll have that one dude in your clique that'll say, look, I'm the ugliest ninja in the crew. Dude, you know when you walk into a spot and there's a dude in there that's, hey, pretty ass ninja over there, whatever the hell, you know what I'm saying? But we still cool with us. Sisters ain't like that. They're their own worst enemy. They are their own worst enemy. Single women keep single women single. And you know what's happening now, brothers? And I'm about to go, I'm going to drop this gem. You know what's happening now? There's going to be an internal civil war. And it's already started in the community. It's between that older sister and the younger sister, where it should be a situation of the older ladies passing down knowledge the same way that my grandmother did with my sister, and her grandmother and her mother did before her. Right? My grandmother taught me how to cook. My grandmama taught me how to sew. She taught me how to clean. She said, I don't never need my grandson to be relying on a woman for nothing. He can take care of himself. He can take care of himself. You right, Mulatto, 3 or 4 parachute. That's what they're looking for, retirement plan. See, when I see young brothers traveling and they run into an older brother, not all of them listen, but some do. And you'll be surprised the knowledge that these older brothers can drop on you. But what's happening now that I see in the community is that older lady, that older sister, that older angry sister really don't want to give no real good, knowledge to the younger angry sister, because it's such a depleted pool of men that she's trying to get her own. So they're on a mission to keep each other single, whether it's intentional or not. To my man Ren, the BS is real. What's up, bro? Not happening. Okay. Men would teach each other that you're getting a little chunky, no problem. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Ren, they won't tell her that she's 300. They'll tell her she's slaying it. Big girl, Lizzo style. They're gonna find out a reason to tell her portly ass that she need to put that pork chop down and go to the gym, because they ain't going to the gym either. They know she's fat, but they're not gonna tell her. And she's gonna stay around that group of friends. But you're right, brothers ain't got no problem shaming you. But they ain't shaming you, they're just telling you the truth. You're right, Damon. My grandmother did the same thing. She wanted me to be self-sufficient. I was in the kitchen right with her. Hey, BS, my brother, thank you for the love and support. BS, the BS is real. Listen, bro, them hyenas are not going to tell each other the truth. That's something they're allergic to. Facts, statistics, accountability. They're not going to tell each other the truth. You're absolutely correct. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that at all. Absolutely, Mulatto. I thought I was the only one that thought that. They're not telling them nothing. I'm kind of nerdy, and I sit here, man, because I can't run them streets like I used to. And I sat here and I watched these videos back and forth about these relationship panels, and I started to notice that these women that are in their 50s and 60s or even late 40s are competing for these younger men. She ain't gonna try to give her competition any real help. No, you're absolutely right, Mulatto. She don't want her. She's competing 100%. If she sees her being ratchet, go girl. You're slaying it, be independent, blah, 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 the whole time. She like, man, look at that. Look at her. Look at it. She ratchet, blah, 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 this and that, whatever. And that's not anybody you want as a man in your corner, because she ain't. It's all about her. You're right. BS is real. Iron sharpens iron. It truly does. There were some men in my life, even when I was in my 40s, older brothers, that just came to me raw, man. They came to me raw. BS is real. Thanks a lot. BS is real. The $2 super chat. Thanks a lot, my friend. Thanks a lot, homie. I truly appreciate it, man. I appreciate you all. I really, really do. I really do. Bruh, I'm about to bounce up out of here. Thank you so much for your love, your support. Let's keep it real. Stay strong. Catch flights, not feelings. Look out for each other. Let's be safe. To my Navy guys, to all my vets, Army, Navy, Air Force, especially to my airborne brothers, keep your feet and knees together. Remember, you're always welcome here at Ed Travels. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it 100. I love you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace until the next time.